Yo, this is Stocks and Bars, the stock market hip hop podcast, the only place you will find finance mixed with hip hop. And today it is the Cliff Notes episode. And yes, it has been a while since we've done this, family. Last episode, we talked with my good friend, Chris Dockery, and we talked about a lot. His world travels, how he got involved with crypto, his personal picks, and more. So do me a favor, do yourself a favor, make sure you check out that prior episode right after you hear this one. Yo, that Empower Empire, it is everywhere. Let me reinforce that to you. My Empower Empire is mine. Your Empower Empire is yours. All you have to do is have these simple conversations with your friends about building. And that's what we establish here on this podcast, is giving you the power, giving you the ultimate power to tap into your networks and you can grow. So make sure you have those conversations today. After this podcast, after the next one you hear with me and Chris, let that inspire you to have a conversation with your network. You never know. You can have a mogul in the making, or you can actually have access to right now a mogul in your own network. Everybody's friends are their own celebrities. So let's build upon a conversation that we had on our last podcast. Now, me and Chris, when we first started talking about investing, we often talked about how it was intimidating just to start, period. And the stumbles that we all faced, or we both faced when we first started. So we're going to talk about this a lot on this podcast because I feel like a lot of people really are just intimidated. This is something that everybody faces every single day. They feel like that they should be doing something. They should be like this person. They should be this far along. And we want to break all of that down every time we talk. We do not have to have this pedestal of what investing looks like. It is a personal journey, and you have to understand that it has to fit into your own lifestyle. But what I want to do on this episode right now is I want to break down just two simple techniques for somebody who wants to get involved in investing. This is not difficult. I want everybody to understand how simple this is. You start off simple and you can increase your level of difficulty when you are ready to do that. We have two ways that we can get into the market right now. The approach is to understand that you can invest in the current or you can invest in the future. So let me explain that. In the current mode, we're talking about established companies. Think of a company right now that they have a physical storefront that you can go to and shop. And when you do that, you see a whole bunch of other people doing the same exact thing as you. And there's a lot of stores that you can think of that do that. There's obviously grocery stores, department stores, there's fast food restaurants. All of these things are something that comes to mind when you think of current. And these are established companies. Some examples: Home Depot, Lowe's. I got invested in Home Depot a long time ago because I realized every single time that I went there, the parking lot was full. And when I went there, I noticed the money that I spent. And then I started eavesdropping on people who were ahead of me and behind me, what they were spending. If I hung around the cash register long enough, then I can see what the person behind me was spending. And I noticed that it was pretty similar to what I was doing. So the ticket price was pretty much the same every time somebody checked out. So that piqued my interest and realized that I probably should be an investor rather than just a consumer in Home Depot. And that's how I really got involved. And this is a current mind state. Home Depot, Lowe's, these are the same area. Think of Disney. Disney is so ingrained into our society that we as parents, we interject this onto our children that they must visit Disney by a specific age. Think about that. We do that. And then when we do that and our children have children, then likely they are going to do the same thing to their kids. This is ingrained that a visit to Disney World is a must in society. They are a media company. They are here to stay. This is an established company. Verizon is a cell phone company service that is here. They've been here for a while. They're not going anywhere. This is going to be a company that is established. So that's the current mindset. Looking at companies right now that you can invest in that have been established, been ingrained into society, and are likely not going to go anywhere. Then the opposite of that is going to be future. We are thinking ahead. We are looking at a service that will disrupt what is happening right now. So we can think of a few companies in our mind that disrupted what was happening. The main one that is going to probably come up is Amazon. Amazon was a disruptive service. This is something that came up and completely disrupted how we were doing business in America. And it has changed the way that we are thinking, that we continue to think about how to shop. So when a stock like that comes out, you have to look at it and understand that it may take a while. This is a risk, and it could very well take 10, even 20 years for it to develop. Netflix is another one. Completely disruptive. It came in to the model of what we understood as how we viewed our media, which was through DVDs. And they were the ones who said streaming is the future. And this company has revolutionized what we do today. And now everybody is emulating Netflix. These are companies, two examples of companies that you can think of when it comes to the future of how to invest. So two mindsets. You can look at things in the current phase, or you can look at things in the future. So stock picks right now. Yo, the market is on fire. When me and Chris were talking at that time, and the podcast came out in October, things were a little bit difficult at that point in time. Here we are now in December, and the market has taken off to almost reach new highs. Right now, the S&P is pretty close to its record highs. NASDAQ is almost the same. And when we talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum, like me and Chris did, those are pretty good right now. We got Ethereum at around 2,000 as we talk about it. And then we have Bitcoin sitting at around almost 40,000. And those two cryptocurrencies have taken off since then. So what do we got on deck right now? Yo, a stock that I talked about before in our last Cliff Notes episode, Verizon has taken off and it has continued to move higher. There are a lot of stocks that we could talk about when it comes to the stock market right now. And we're going to look towards the future. And the stock pick that I have right now is Roku. Roku right now is sitting around almost $100 as we talk about it. 103.54 to be exact. As I talk about it on this December 3rd, this is one that I have had on my list for quite some time. We've got a technical breakout that I like. It is called a triangle. I'm not going to get into the specifics of it, but understand that a triangle is a signal for a price to go up. And we are in that technical breakout right now. So I do like Roku right now. It is sitting around $100. Like I said, I have a price target of it getting to around $150. So that's almost a $50 appreciation right now for getting in at 100. So I think that's a pretty decent entry based upon the technical breakout. So that's it for this episode. Short and sweet. That's what Cliff Notes is. Make sure you check out the prior episode. Check out every single episode that comes out. I want you to enjoy yourself going into the end of this year. I hope you have a plan for 2024, because everything you do right now will be reflected upon your year next year. Don't make your 2024 look 2023-ish unless you had a really good year. I want you to build upon what you are doing now. All right. And with all that said, I want you to enjoy yourself. Check out the next episode, and I'll see you next time. Peace. It's time for bars. Yo, Kendrick, let me borrow this beat for a minute, fam. Put a little finance on it. Yo, you can go get a job or go get that job to your money. Multiple ways you can find if you want it. Always hide under the eyes of the public. Bar set, but we rising above it. Bar spat about financial thugging. If you need that, then my rhymes got you covered. If a rapper can't do what I do in the booth, it's a suit, I'm providing you luggage. Say goodbye if you love him. This guy you discovered took a stand against negative lyrics, cause I heard enough of them, tired of suffering. All the pressures I face when they try to keep me down, but they don't know who they are up against. I made a covenant. My success is just salting their wound, and I'm here to rub it in. Killing them all, but know that my guns are pinned. Stocks and Bars. This is Stocks and Bars, the stock market hip hop podcast, the only place you'll find finance mixed with hip hop. And make sure you check out every single episode. Peace.
Stocks and bars, stocks and bars, stocks and bars.